New at 6, what would you do to connect with a loved one who passed away? Would you drive for 6.5 hours across 400 miles? It's exactly what one woman did to reconnect with her late grandmother. WUSA 9's Evan Koslof is here in the studio with her story. Evan?
Right, the year was 1955. The Korean War had just wrapped up, and a young man named Tom Hubbard was serving overseas in the Air Force. Now left his fiancée Juanita Hubbard back home. So to show support, that girlfriend drove to Washington, D.C. and took this photo right there to send to him. Now, all these years later, her granddaughter is repeating that voyage. On any given day, thousands of people come to the tomb of the unknown soldier, and they all have stories. But today, one is more than 60 years in the making. Angela Rose traveled all the way from Tennessee to recreate this photo of her grandmother.
She would send him a picture every week, and this is her favorite one. She said she looked the prettiest in this one.
See, Rose says her grandmother passed away 2 years ago. Now she says this is all about reconnecting.
She would be mad at me for not wearing heels because it's a special occasion. Sorry, Granny.
Eventually, it was time. Although security makes the same exact photo impossible, we were able to get her up in the press pit where she got an up-close opportunity to recreate history. For Rose, it was emotional.
When I saw the view from it, and I thought this is exactly where she was. I remember her talking about how scared she was. And she said that she knew it was all going to be worth it. And she knew what a sacrifice he was making for his country, even though he loved her.
And so photos taken, all that was left was a phone call to an 80-year-old veteran back home, waiting to hear how it all went.
I can see where she was standing. I can see the same view where she was.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
2 photos, 1 family, and a 60-year journey to connect.
I feel very connected to her. And I feel like she was right here with us.
So this is a true love story as well. After returning from war, Angela's grandparents were married for about 60 years before she passed away in 2014. Deborah?
Thank you so much, Evan. Tom is now 80 years old and living in Bristol, Tennessee.